close enough. Hello, kindred spirits. How about I give you a tour of the kitchen as it is right now? You know what? Before I show you the kitchen, why don't I show you what the kitchen looked like when we first moved in? Some of you have seen this already, some of you haven't, but this is in August when I took down a mural, and then I'm going to show you a little kitchen tour November 21st where I was sharing my ideas for the new kitchen. Now, I liked the wallpaper from afar, but it was a removable wallpaper, and I had another vision for this wall. And now that it's down, the movers can come in. And look where Queen Bess was. I completely forgot I put her there. In a moment, you'll see on the left-hand side the window that we took out to put at the end of the house, but we are putting a window back there. Notice how long the counter used to be, and we had just a small pass-through. I shortened the counter, and you'll see I moved the stove. But let me give you a quick overview from November 21st when we were hosting our first Thanksgiving and we were in the house for only a couple months. This is a little quick view of what the Butler's pantry used to look like before I found all that extra space on the left-hand side. No problem. I temporarily hung up a picture here just to get it out of the way in the other rooms. You know, this wallpaper will be going, but for now it's staying. Probably can shut this just for a little sound. That we're going to have a window here, probably some bench seats with pull-out drawers for larger items, and if I don't do a gas fireplace in the middle, I'm going to do some sort of large furniture style hutch. I didn't need my hand in there. A furniture style hutch that will hold china, linens, napkin rings, things like that. But this room has a lot of windows, doors, beams. Doing the floor plan, I realized that this wall is deeper than this wall. Every floor is crooked, meaning off angle. So there's no straight line in here either. So we have a challenge ahead of us. But just doing a preliminary discussion, we could start demo March or April. But I'm going to order the cabinets sooner than later because there is a long lead time for the cabinets. So there you go, in a nutshell. I'll share more later, and I'll get to baking. So here it is, almost all measured out. The windows, the hard part is on the outside, on the gable end. They might not look as appropriate as they should, but I wanted them to be centered here in the kitchen that I'll be looking out more than I'm looking in. So the windows are where they're gonna be. The blue tape is actually, the outside of the blue tape is where the molding's going to be. We're gonna have bench seats below them with some cushions and pull-out drawers. Now, where the fireplace is, this smaller box is just the size of the fireplace unit, and I'm gonna have it boxed all the way up, and I am gonna come out a little bit so that we can create a small mantle and a surround, but it's not gonna be a big hefty surround because I don't want to get too close to the windows. But this is pretty much the setup here, and I'm once again getting very excited. I can envision it now. There'll be a fire going in this, hopefully by early next year. Well, hello, kindred spirits. I have been waiting months, plural, to show you the kitchen as it stands right now. Now, we still have things to do in here, but it's at a point where I feel it is done enough to show you, and I'm going to enjoy it just like this for a while. I'm waiting right now for a friend to show up. We're gonna have cocktails tonight while our husbands are out having their own drink night, and I thought I'd give you a quick tour while I'm waiting for her. Now, Ben just went off with a few friends. He belongs to a Scotch and cigar group, and the ladies and I were all gonna get together, but it's a very snowy night outside, very slippery. So one of the ladies is coming over here. We're gonna have cocktails and cheese and crackers because the others, like I said, it's such a far drive for some that it's quite dangerous. But I wanted to give you a tour of the kitchen while it's nice and clean, and just give you a little update of what I still have to do and what I've done since the guys left. So as you can see, the pads have come up, the cardboard has come up, and these are the pine floors that I painstakingly selected, and we did a lot of different colors to try to color match. And this is called a special walnut that we did on the pine. Now, the other pine floors don't have as many knots, but once down the road we refinish these floors, I will have them stained the same and they'll be a little more similar. But what I like is this actually shows that this was two separate buildings at one point. That used to be a woodshed at the end. And I ended up designing this part of the kitchen to have glass cabinets. And the glass cabinets are also on the side so that sometime I can have a fire in the dining room and I'll see it. Right now it's blocked by some things that's up on the bureau. Or I should say the meal chest, the blanket chest. I've put a few things in the cabinets, but I'm not gonna go overboard because in a couple months I'll have to empty these out when they put in the new window. So somebody asked if something was still coming here. Yes, we have a window that's gonna go right down to the counter or close to, and then we're going to extend the granite to go to the window. And I have some granite, or I'm sorry, this is quartz. I keep calling it granite. This is a quartz. A lot of people asked, it's called Carbo brushed. But the quartz is gonna go and meet the window. They saved a piece, but it's not gonna be an exact match. And I'm very much aware of that. And my nail polish, this is what I have on right now, which is called, Terra Mauve. Just for fun. All right, so like I said, very few accessories out, but I wanted to start making it feel like home. I have gone without the kitchen really since end of October, and then it started getting torn out soon after, especially the Butler's pantry. But over here, tonight we're having indigo gin. My friend introduced me to this as taste, but I've seen it before at a tasting event in Boston. It has a beautiful purple color, and when you add the tonic water, it gets light purple, and then with the lime, it's pretty and it's tasty. So just an FYI. Over here, I brought the forsythias over. They're starting to, of course, burst with some of their greenery, and they'll have yellow blooms very soon. and just brought in a candle. And I was going to show some layering because at first I had just the table on the counter. And then I added the hurricane. And then I added the wreath. Layering is a huge part of decorating to make your home feel homey. Now, I didn't do a lot of layering in here, but I did add a few things just so it wasn't just one thing together. Like I have the forsythia, a little Easter plate for, the bunny here, some bottles, and my faux topiary. And somebody asked where I got that. That was a thrift store find, I actually forget. And that piece of artwork was Ethan Allen. I got as a free gift when I moved into one of my homes in the past. They used to offer a like $100 gift certificate, and that's what I got. Over here at the oven, you've seen a lot of this, at the beadboard. I have not painted anything here in this room. So at one point, this art was going to go over the stove like I had at Groton House. But because of that, it does have some splatters on it, and it shows when the sun hits it in this direction. So what I'm going to look for is a large plate, a decorative plate or something that I can swap out with the seasons. Like I have a beautiful one that I use sometimes for Thanksgiving that would look pretty here that has moths and earthy tones, but I'll select something for that area soon. Over here, which used to be a bookshelf, is now a pull-out cabinet where I put some things. It's given us a lot of extra storage. I still have to paint, once again, the trim. Nothing's painted here, including the ceiling. But look how smooth our contractor got it. Remember the holes I showed you last week? He did this in 2 days. Just 2 days, it was amazing. So I will paint that. And I had somebody ask, why was I putting things in here first versus painting first? One of two reasons. One, a lot of the stuff that's in here or in other rooms was tucked in the dining room, the great room, the tavern. I wanted to get those emptied out. I needed some breathing space for our house to feel like it was done. So I made the conscious decision to bring things in here, and I'm gonna paint at my leisure. I'm feeling burnt out. I know, I come across, it was a calm situation, which this really wasn't a bad makeover, but it took a lot of my energy. So I just wanted some breathing time. Over here, we added the tall case clock. I have it attached to the wall right now for safety. I put in some eye hooks, and you can see the string there. So with our uneven floors, I made sure it was level. Now earlier, I did set it because it was set at 2 and I was being a smarty pants and turned it on at 2. It still rang 8. So now we had to set it forward, and I put it to 11, and I'll do it either tonight or tomorrow just to catch it up to speed. The table, I can do it both directions. This direction allows me to see the fireplace a little better when I'm at the counter. It also wasn't blocking the drawers as much as I thought it would. So I'm gonna leave it like this for a while. And Queen Bess, as you can see, made it over the fireplace along with the candle sconces that I had. Both of these were at Groton House. Now, while I have this angle on my camera, I was asked many times or told I need molding at the top. Well, yes, I know. This is not my first rodeo, but I knew I wanted to try good Queen Bess here. I also knew she's quite large. We lowered the mantle, making sure she fits. If I had a large molding in there, I wouldn't have been able to fit her. Now I can absolutely see what size, and I'll be doing a very small trim molding just to finish it off. But if I did a large molding, she wouldn't have fit right. So that is, once again, a conscious decision I made not to put molding at the top. And I appreciate those of you who have said I need it. I know I did, and you are right. So that will be done probably when they come to place the windows, or I should say replace the windows. Speaking of windows, I was asked what's going on here. Well, that window will be replaced. We have a window coming in for that, but we took it for one of these side windows. We really wanted to see what it would be like to have these two here. So some of you might remember, I found one of the windows up in the loft over the garage, and we took this window and temporarily blocked it up, which just goes out into the enclosed porch, and we put them here. So in April, maybe May, I hope April, every single one of these windows is being replaced with new Pella windows. That's not a sponsored post, I'm just letting you know because a lot of people ask. I've done Pella, I've done Marvin, I've done Anderson, and I have done Harvey. They're all very good windows, but we went with Pella. Oh, I love the blue color that's outside right now. Coming down here again, as you can see, Willow has very much claimed this particular bench seat as hers. I was sitting here yesterday morning and she was not too pleased with me. She kind of pushed me off. So this is Willow's window. I even have her bed down here. She has decided to stay there. I also saw that Ben brought the rocker in the other day. So we are trying to think, forward thinking here. Might do some comfortable chairs at the end of the table that aren't too low that we can then pull around to the fire when we want to sit here together. Or I'm going to do a smaller round table that has an extension that we will have more space for two chairs. We could even offset the table at one point, but I would need to extend this chain so I can hook it off to the side. I personally like everything centered, but down the road, we might have two other chairs here that are just comfortable to sit in. Because when I sit on the bench seats here, I don't get to see the fire or feel the warmth of it. So I'm going to turn this way so you can see from this direction. The green doors down there, those are going to be painted, and I do not have a firm plan on that yet. I'm looking at maybe doing the White River, which is the color of the cabinets. That will really stand out a bit when I do the simply white walls. Or I'll do another pretty softer sage green. This is in real life more of an army green, and it's not my thing, not my style. What I have on the counter here, these just came in. I have a lot of samples coming in for potential cushions. This is Perennial, that is an indoor-outdoor fabric. And I'm looking for something that when Willow jumps up on her seat, we can just wipe it off and clean it as easy as possible. This one has a pretty pewter color to it. It's called Pebble Beach. But I have other samples coming in. I even have some small buffalo checks or mini buffalo checks coming in that I also think would be cute. At one point, I'll probably do something under the table. So this space here, let me show you something we ordered that just came in. I'm gonna try to turn here without making you too dizzy. And my goodness, did I show you the finished Butler's Pantry? I might not have. So while I'm here, let me show you. I finished the wallpaper. It wraps to either end and you'll get a better view once I'm moving. I have a light that definitely the door swings open. And let me swing this door open for you. For those who haven't seen, I have all my spices in here. And I still have some jars that I got through Amazon. I will link these below for anybody who's interested. They're sweet little jars that have rubber stoppers and they come with stickers. I think they're inside. Let me show you this here. They come with, did I say rubber stickers? They come with lettered stickers that I'll be able to put some of my top ones in. And then I also have some stickers here I can make my own. So at one point I will be filling some of these, I have 3 cinnamons that I realized that I have and 2 nutmegs, so I'll be able to put some things together. These shelves I still have not painted yet. They're kind of catching all the paint for me right now that I'll keep there so I don't have to put it down in the basement. And I think I showed many, but this door does swing open the whole way. So if I want to have this nice and open during holiday cooking, I can. Easy to get into. I do have lights. Let me turn on the others here. It looks a little dark. I have not only the single light, but I also have some other 4-inch wafers that will be better lighting for you. But I'm going to be neatening this up a bit. I keep bringing up some of my jars. I'm going to make this a very functional butler's pantry. So I'm going to have the sugar, the flour. I'm going to have bread flour in here, the works. Something that I can just easily get to. But I was playing with this for a while. And I showed you, I believe, the light. I'm pretty sure I showed you. So I don't know if I need to do that. Let me know if I didn't show you the LED lights. A lot of questions about my GE cafe oven. They also, I think Monogram has it. It says it's just an upper line. I absolutely love this. I had it at Groton House, and it's perfect for those of us who have shorter arms. You can open it with one hand, as I just did while I'm holding the phone. I gotta already clean it, but I use this so much. Ben is already laughing that I've used this more than probably the gas one. I really like it. And we have our little mini fridge here. But what I still need to do in this room is sand the lower section of this doorway. It looks like there used to be trim there. I don't remember, so maybe at one point the old pantry did, and I just never even looked in here because I didn't look at a lot of this pantry. It is also going to be painted out. This is called Briarwood from Benjamin Moore. And this is more so of a satin finish. They use, I believe, oil and then with a hardener. But if you got the satin finish, it would be similar. I have a runner that I had at Groton House. Right now it's in our hall going to our bedroom. I'm going to try it here. But then I'll need a runner for the bedroom hall if I like it. And then I'm also going to do a runner here. I might do a jute runner in there just to keep something neutral. Wow, it's warm in here now. I bumped the heat up. It was the -degree temperature here. So I'm just gonna turn this down. I had it way up just before my friend shows up. But the reason I came in here is we bought one of the magnetic strips that holds our knives. And if you remember Groton House, I had that over my counter. I'm going to do the same here. So we ordered this on Amazon, and this one's 16 inches. I think the other one I had might have been a little shorter. And Ben always looking at, what he can get. He's like, I need something for $7 more for free shipping. Well, I said, I do need an offset spatula. So that's what we ended up getting. But it was so nice walking out here this morning for the finished kitchen. The dining room, it's not as bad as it was. We're getting it cleaned up little by little. And the tavern is back to being kind of torn apart. I'm not gonna be able to get enough light in here for you. But the top came down because the granite is coming on Wednesday, and then the guys will put it back up. So there you have it. Let's see, what time is it? It's 6 o'clock, and it's got that beautiful blue light outside. It's the next morning, and I forgot to show you the drawers. Right now, I'm actually ordering some indoor-outdoor fabrics to look at for the bench seats here, because these are not only going to get dirty from Willow's feet, I also need them to be color fast because we have so much natural light coming in here. I want to make sure they're not going to fade within a few months. So I have to keep that in mind too. But what I didn't show you were the drawers here. Now I'm looking forward to getting all my linens and napkins out. I have them in the blanket chest right now in the dining room. But I have 2 drawers, and I've already just started putting a few things in here. But this drawer is a little bit larger. This is shorter because we had to work around this beam here. But this is going to give me a lot of extra storage that I did not have. These were like down in the bottom of the green tall cabinet that I had here, the hutch that I had in the kitchen. So I'm looking forward, like I said, getting out my linens and whatnot. And on a rainy day, I'll just set up here and I'll do some ironing and get those put away. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to looking for my fabrics. I did my morning journaling, and I haven't been doing it every morning. It kind of stopped once the construction did. I picked it up every once in a while. But here's a weird thing that I'm noticing. When the contractors were coming, I was having to set my alarm to get up at 6 o'clock. I'm an early riser. I usually get up earlier. Since they moved out, I've been back up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, up and about. So I think part of it was just my own having time to myself, getting up, or getting up early and knowing that my peace and quiet would be filled in by tools and whatnot. So I'm back at it, early mornings, journaling. Like I said, right now I'm looking forward to get some fabrics to look at. I have a few that came in I showed you last night. Well, I hope you enjoyed that tour. I have so many more rooms that we're going to be doing together here, but that was the kitchen and Butler's Pantry home tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye now.